Okay, now we're going to talk about the two sloping shots that are more difficult than the ones that we talked about earlier, which is going uphill and when the ball's above your feet. When the ball's below your feet, it's a little more difficult to maintain your height and strike the ball solidly. You're going to tend to hit the ball out to the right that way, but you got to be careful with that also, because when the ball's below your feet, the heel of the club will have a tendency to get into the ground earlier, and it can actually flip the club face over and make it go the opposite direction you're expecting it to, especially when you're in higher grass. So make sure you hold the club maybe a little firmer to hold that face nice and square and play for it to go out to the right. But the more extreme slope you're on, you will have to be aware of the possibility of it going to the left. So what we're going to do to get down to the ball is to make sure we go down with our posture maintaining its position. We're going to get a little bit wider in our stance, aim a little bit out to the left, get our feet a little bit wider, go down in our knees with maintaining that posture, and then we're going to try to make a nice level swing back and through as normal as possible. So here we go. Aim that club face, or aim a little bit to the left, a little wider in our feet, go down in our posture a hair, make as normal a swing as we can. And we'll have a much better chance. That ball actually went a little bit left and cut back nicely. It was a pretty good solid golf shot. So try to get your feet a little wider, maintain that posture, but go down in your knees, keeping your rear up, and play for it to go out to the right just a little bit. Now going downhill is really where people will tend to struggle. And it's just a hard golf shot. So, but to compensate a little bit for it, the exact opposite of what we did going uphill, we're going to do going downhill. The big thing is to get the ball positioned a little bit further back in your stance so that you can create a spot where we're hitting a little bit sooner, because we're going downhill, you're going to tend to stand up, and so the bottom of your swing is going to come a little bit earlier relative to the slope. But the big thing also is to get your shoulders level to the ground, just like we did going uphill, but we want to get our shoulders level to the ground, which is going to put our weight in the correct spot, and make sure that we have an effort of trying to actually swing along the slope. We're not trying to help the ball up. If you're trying to help the ball up, you're going to hit behind the ball or hit up and hit it thin. So make sure that you get your shoulders level, play the ball just a little bit back relative to the amount of slope you got. Swing back and swing down the slope. Even if you have to step after it, that's fine. But we want to swing along the slope. Mother Nature's pretty tough, so we don't want to swing into her. We want to swing along with her. So get set up, put your ball just a little further back, get your shoulders level to the ground, and we're going to swing along the ground. As is, when the ball's below your feet, the ball's going to tend to go out a little bit to the right when you hit this shot, so you might want to aim just a little bit left. Didn't mention this on the uphill shots, but when you're going uphill, take a little bit less loft, because you're going to need to make up for the loft that you lost relative to the slope. Same thing going downhill. We want to take a little bit more loft because we're going down and we're losing loft. So take a little bit more loft to compensate and make that work for you and fit the distance that you're trying to hit the ball. Anytime you've got a sloping lie, make smaller swings, easier swings, not so hard, and try to make good solid contact. Stay nice and balanced. Hope this helps you understand these shots a little more, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.